Xtalks connects professionals in the life science, medical device, and food industries with useful content like webinars, job openings, articles, and virtual meetings to help you succeed in your career. This food industry-focused podcast brings together some of our editorial staff to share insights into the latest B2B industry news to help keep you up to date.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Xtalks Food Podcast. I'm Sydney Perlmutter, Senior Food Industry Journalist and Webinar Moderator at Xtalks.com, and this week I'm joined by Vera Kovacevic. Thank you so much for coming today. So a couple weeks back, maybe a few months at this point, I talked about Nestlé's new line of food, I guess, called Vital Pursuit, and it was specifically designed for people who were on GLP-1 medications. And now Nestlé Health Sciences, so a different division of Nestlé, recently introduced a platform called GLP-1 Nutrition. So this is a newly launched website that's designed to provide comprehensive nutritional support for individuals on their weight management journey, including those using GLP-1 medications. So with an extensive portfolio that includes consumer health, medical nutrition, pharmaceutical therapies, and supplements, Nestlé Health Science is dedicated to improving the quality of life through science-based health and wellness solutions. So I'll talk a little bit about the features of this new website. So it serves as basically this comprehensive hub for individuals on weight management journeys, especially those on GLP-1 therapy. The platform offers a wealth of resources, including nutrition information and a wide range of product options designed to support unique needs of these individuals. So some of the key features include access to expert advice and insights on managing nutrition and weight, convenient product bundling to address specific nutritional needs, and also products focused on muscle preservation, gut health, micronutrient intake, hydration, skin, and health, and hair health, and weight rebound management. So at sort of first hearing about this, what did you think about, Nestlé's, not just this, but its foray into this sort of weight management sector? It's already obviously a part of it with its products, but now it's sort of really capitalizing on this sort of I don't want to call it a trend, but kind of a trend of using like GLP-1 medications.
Yeah, well, I think if any company can do it, I think Nestlé can, because they have their health sciences division, right? So they have a bunch of things to like support people on GLP-1 meds. Mm-hmm. And some of the things you mentioned were not only supplements, but like certain consumer packaged goods.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are sort of in the supplement realm, but okay. They are also products for like gut health, hydration, muscle preservation, and they're very specific to people on GLP-1 medications because often those can cause, side effects. So Nestle is sort of helping to address those side effects.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And I think in the article you had like a featured image with some items there.
Lots of items, yeah. They're really around, like, I'm seeing hair and skin and nail like supplements, a lot of protein boosters and powders and things like that. But yeah, they have like a whole wealth of products, and they already had those, but now they're sort of just like in this, in this website specifically. And I'll get into a little bit more about like why these specific products. So like I was saying, GLP-1 medications can sort of lead to a lot of side effects. And one of them is a loss of lean muscle mass due to decreased appetite and nutritional intake. So Nestle is addressing this specific concern by offering products that support muscle health and maintenance. So they have brands like Garden of Life and Boost to provide protein options to maintain and build lean muscle. And then these medications can also affect gut health as well. So its range of products, including Nature's Bounty, offers dietary fiber supplements, probiotics, and prebiotics to support digestive health and also alleviate occasional bowel discomfort. And GLP-1 therapy can often make people dehydrated since these medications can reduce water and fluid intake. So Nestle has a brand called Nun or Noon. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. N-U-U-N. These products support hydration, which is essential for those managing weight and health, as hydration certainly influences metabolism and the body's ability to burn fat. And aligning with its mission to enhance health through nutrition, Nestle also launched Vital Pursuit, like we talked about, which complements this GLP-1 nutrition initiative. And Vital Pursuit, as we talked about, offers a range of products designed to support overall wellness and address specific nutritional needs. So yeah, I think it's really, kind of brilliant what they're doing because, as I mentioned, these products already existed, but now they've put them sort of on this platform to really help people on these medications, because I'm not really sure how much you know in advance of going on these medications. I feel like oftentimes it's a wait and see sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you don't really know what you're going to need as well to help you through getting on these medications. So yeah, I think this is absolutely brilliant of Nestle Health Sciences to do this.
Yeah. Did you check out the website?
I did.
And what does it look like?
So as of right now, it's mostly their products. I'm opening it right now. So you see at first their products, but then at the top, you can build bundles, get expert tips, share your own experience, and you can talk to a nutritional coach as well. I imagine not for free, but but yeah, I mean, it's pretty comprehensive, and it looks good.
Can people order online through that website? Oh wow, anything that they feel like would help them. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I think Nestle Health Sciences team of scientists, they probably we're looking at, how can they're looking at the data from those drugs and maybe the side effects. And they were just thinking, since, I don't know how many millions of Americans are probably going to be on this drug in the future. They were thinking they could need some additional help here, right? To get their, not just weight back on track, but health on track while they're on those medications. But I think it's also fairly helpful for people who are not on GLP-1 drugs too. Mm-hmm. But the website is called GLP-1? It
is called GLP-1 Nutrition. But I agree with you. I think you don't necessarily, need to be... Nestle will take your money regardless of whether you're on GLP-1 medications or not. But yeah, I agree. I think these are not, you don't need to be on those medications for this to be helpful as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of their expert insight, one concern of people who are on GLP-1 medications is weight rebound. So Nestle also emphasizes the importance of incorporating positive lifestyle changes. So it's not, they're not just offering products, but they also, you need to complement this with exercise and healthy eating habits to maintain those long-term weight goals. So the platform sort of offers advice on incorporating low-carb, high-fiber, and protein-rich foods and dietary supplements into a balanced diet. And then in addition to its products, like I was saying, it also offers expert nutrition insights and a community platform where people can sort of share their experiences and support each other on their health journey. And their website also provides personalized diet, lifestyle, and supplement advice through its nutrition coach feature. So yeah, pretty comprehensive.
Yeah, they certainly seem to have done a great job. Let's see how well it takes off.
Yeah, I'm very curious to know how well or how Nestle is sort of getting the word out on this. I think I recall, when I wrote about Vital Pursuit, that was very popular. They got the word out, very, very effectively and very quickly, and it became a very popular story. People are really excited for that, and I'm not too sure if it'll gain the same traction as that, because this is I don't know, I feel like food is always a more popular thing than supplements and a platform. But definitely smart of Nestle to sort of embrace the GLP-1 nutrition GLP-1 craze rather than fear it.
Yeah.
Because that has been a big concern for a lot of like food companies primarily, is that, like food sales are going to go down because people are eating less. So instead of that attitude, they've really embraced it in a few ways.
Attitude. Yeah. Can you tell me what was Vital Pursuit again? It was like a line of...
Yeah, so it was a line of foods tailored to people on GLP-1 weight loss medications. And it was like high protein, fiber rich and nutrient, packed foods. It's a line of like frozen foods. And yeah, because as we know, can be a little bit difficult sometimes to eat properly on these medications because they can be hunger suppressing and they can, really. Yeah. So yeah, these foods were specifically designed to for people on these medications. So also so brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good job, Nestlé. I like what they're doing. Let's see if they come out.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then speaking of companies that know what they're doing, I'm going to talk about a few food IPOs this year. Now, there's only 3 of them. And just to remind you, an IPO is an initial public offering. And yeah, in the food sector, they've been a little bit sparse this year. So the financial markets volatility and then shifting consumer spending habits have definitely contributed to this trend. And I guess investors remain cautious and companies are a little bit wary of uncertain economic conditions. But despite these challenges, there have been 3 companies that have debuted on the stock market this year. So the first one is BBB Foods, Inc. So this is a prominent player in the food industry. It was founded in 2004 and headquartered in Mexico City. The company operates a chain of grocery retail stores across Mexico through its subsidiaries. And BBB Foods offers a variety of products, including household cleaning supplies, personal hygiene items, cosmetics, beauty products, pharmaceuticals, and just general merchandise in addition to food. And its food and beverage offerings range from jellies and desserts to coffee, tea, chocolates, breads, dry and frozen food, snacks, and sweets. And the company provides a mix of branded, private label, and spot products, catering primarily to low to middle income households through online channels. So this company went public in February with an initial stock price of $17.50 per share. And since then, the company has experienced moderate growth, with stocks fluctuating but generally trending upward. And last year, the company earned over $44 billion in revenue, and its stock price is currently sitting at $24 per share. So it's gone up a fair amount since it went public. Have you ever heard of this company?
No,
me
actually.
neither.
Where are they based?
Mexico.
So they operate in Mexico only?
Primarily, yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Maybe that's why we never heard of them.
I'm sure that's why we hadn't heard of it. But in terms of just a grocery store, not store, but a chain, of grocery stores going public, I feel like that's kind of rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't really, even with a revenue of $44 billion, right? They've kind of really waited to go public, I would say.
Yeah, they've been around for a while. I guess it was the right time. Clearly it was. I mean, they've this share price has gone up.
Yeah.
And I believe the other ones I'm going to be talking about, they've actually gone down. So of all of them, it was pretty successful. I mean, people need to eat. People go to grocery stores. It's kind of a,
like you mentioned, for low and middle class people. So. But then you also mentioned they offer online retail?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
Usually grocery stores are either, they don't really sell things online.
I'm guessing that the things they sell online are more household items.
Okay.
So you know how Walmart, you can buy things on Walmart on their website. I believe it's probably similar. You don't typically buy food from Walmart online, but you can buy the other things that they sell. So I'm guessing that's similar. But good job to BBB Foods. You're doing great. Now, the second one is called Ibotta, Inc. It's based in Denver, Colorado, and it's also sort of in the grocery shopping space. So it was founded in 2012 by Brian Leach, and it started as a mobile app offering cash back on everyday purchases. And then over time, it's expanded its platform to include a wide variety of grocery items, making it a favorite among savvy shoppers. Now, its business model is a little bit unique in the food industry. The app provides users with rebates on products that they buy frequently. So this approach has garnered a massive user base and strong partnerships with major retailers. And the company's revenue streams come from both user engagement and retail commissions as well. So Ibotta went public in April with an initial stock price of $88 per share. And its IPO was highly anticipated due to the company's innovative approach to consumer savings and robust user growth. And then since then, Ibotta stock has dropped to around $75 per share, so a little bit of a decrease. And the company brought in $320 million in revenue last year. Also, going to assume you haven't heard of it because I hadn't heard of it either. I don't think we have it here in Canada, but it doesn't, I mean, I guess at the time when it was founded in 2012, it was probably a unique thing, but now I feel like it's not at all. I feel like there are a lot of things like this that offer like rebates to things you buy a lot.
Yeah. Is it through an app, I'm wondering?
It is through an app, yeah.
So you just purchase through their app and then you get some discounts?
I believe so. I think, yeah. So it's, you know, I guess like its revenue streams come from both user engagement and then retail commissions. And I'm guessing the user engagement is probably ad-based and retail commissions because they, you know, they partner with retailers and they probably, you know, they have some sort of commission offering. But yeah, I had never heard of it. I don't find it to be terribly unique, but
okay. Yeah, I think it also caters to the low and middle class.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, we all love to save on things we buy a lot, so it's a good idea. It's a very good idea. And then the last company that went public this year is called Super High International Holding, and it's known for its chain of hot pot restaurants, and it's a key player in the Asian dining segment. So the company opened its first restaurant in Singapore in 2012, and it currently operates over 100 restaurants in 11 countries. And its vision was to bring authentic, high-quality hot pot dining experiences to a broader audience. So Super High offers a range of hot pot broths and fresh ingredients, providing a communal dining experience that has become extremely popular. And its restaurants emphasize quality, cleanliness, and exceptional customer service. And this focus has allowed it to expand rapidly across Asia and into international markets. So this was the most recent IPO. It went public in May with an initial stock price of $19.56 per share. Super High's IPO was met with enthusiasm, reflecting strong investor interest in the growing popularity of Asian cuisine worldwide. So last year, the company earned $686.36 million in revenue, and its stock price is currently at $18.80 per share. So it went down a little less than $1. And I also wanted to just mention some of the food IPOs last year as well. So there were 4 in the food industry, and there were 154 IPOs total in the U.S. stock market, so only 4. But the 4 of them were Chanson International Holding, which is a food and beverage manufacturer, which went public on March 30th of last year. There was Cava Group, which owns and operates a chain of restaurants under the Cava brand in the U.S., and it went public in June of last year. There was Branch Out Food, an American developer and distributor of plant-based snacks and powders, which went public also in June. And then there was Gen Restaurant Group, which operates restaurants across the U.S., which went public also in June last year. So as you can tell from both the food IPOs this year and last year, they're all either grocery or like restaurant based, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a very big there was a lot of anticipation for Instacart going public,
Right.
which I think I spoke about. And you know what? I don't even know if it has gone public yet.
Yeah.
I think there's just been a lot of talk about it.
Probably not this year. Maybe if it did, it was last year, but maybe they decided not to.
Oh no, they did.
Oh, they did.
They
last
did.
Year, right?
They did go public either last year. Yeah, I believe it actually was last year as well.
I believe you may have talked about it because we were talking about how their popularity really went up during COVID. Yeah.
Yes, I did talk about it. And yeah, it went public in September of last year, actually. And along with Instacart IPO, other IPOs that were anticipated were things like Beyond Meat, or
Right.
Impossible Foods, like things like that. But I guess, the majority of these ones were, restaurant and grocery based, which is interesting.
Yeah. And I think that was quite a high revenue for the Hot Pot restaurant chain. Like $600 and something million.
Mm-hmm.
That's a US, right?
Yeah, it is US. Yeah.
Wow. For like how many locations do they have? Like 100?
They have 100 restaurants in 11 countries. Yeah.
100 restaurants. So each restaurant is bringing in like $6 million.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's really good. It must be quite popular,
It must be. I'd never heard of it either, but I don't think, like how would we have sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this like made me realize like there's just a whole host of, I know a lot about the food industry, but I'm just scratching the surface just based on where we are and the market that we cover. There's so much more out there.
Yeah.
But I want to talk a little bit about sort of the landscape of food IPOs this year. It's been shaped by cautious optimism for sure. While only 3 companies have ventured into the public market so far, each sort of represents a unique segment in the food industry. So BBB Foods operates within the grocery space. Ibotta leverages technology to enhance customer shopping experiences, and then Super High brings Asian dining to a global stage. But this limited number of food IPOs highlights sort of broader economic uncertainties and market hesitance. But these companies' successful entries into the stock market suggest that investors still see significant potential in innovative and niche food businesses. And as consumer preferences sort of continue to evolve, more food companies may consider going public, driven by the need for capital, of course, and fuel growth and meet increasing demands. So each of these companies has navigated the complexities of going public, offering insights into the current state of the food industry, and their journeys sort of reflect broader food trends like the rise of health-focused eating, integration of technology and shopping, and the global appeal of diverse culinary experiences. So we're only halfway through the year. There might be more, but we'll see how these IPOs do, because typically what I've noticed in looking at IPOs is that there can be, like Instacart, there can be sort of like a sudden drop after an IPO, and then it will sort of stabilize a little bit. But these ones seem to be doing relatively good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, they're fairly, well, except for the Hot Pot restaurant chain, the other 2 are fairly big entities. So, but all of them have lots of revenue, so I hope they continue to expand.
Yes, me too. Yeah, and I'm always looking out for more IPOs. It's always big news in the food industry, just because of how few and far between they are, right? Like last year there was 4, and this year there's only been 3. So hopefully we have room for one more, because I like talking about them.
We'll see. We'll keep an eye on it.
All right, well, that's the end of this episode of the Xtalks Food Podcast. If you like today's show, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Thanks, everyone, and see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Xtalks Food Industry Podcast. If you enjoyed our discussions today, please share the episode with your friends and colleagues, and be sure to subscribe in order to be notified when a new episode is released. To join in on the discussion, you can find Xtalks on social media. Email podcast@xtalks.com or comment on the articles directly. Links are in the show description. Take a moment to join our community at xtalks.com to get access to everything we have to offer, including webinars, job listings, virtual meetings, articles, and more. The views and opinions expressed in the podcast are those of the speakers sharing them. They should not be taken as professional advice and do not necessarily reflect the policy or position Honeycomb Worldwide. For further information, email us at podcast@xtalks.com. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.